Hey guys, how you doing? I'm just here for a quick story for you guys. So, the client I was telling you guys about, that I was working 13 hours for. Well, let me rewind. The client that I had that was in the hospital, and I waited till he came out the hospital. Well, I had other clients as well until he came out the hospital. So, I was at work yesterday, and I had him as a client. I was working 13 hours a day. That was my shift. 5 days a week, sometimes six. Or I do 13 hours a day for 5 days. And the sixth day, I have another client that I have her for 8 hours. So I was fine with the schedule. It was okay. The pay was great, but what I experienced wasn't. Everything was fine up until yesterday. So I'm at work. His nurse from a different hospital came to check up on him, take his vitals, whatever. So he decided he needed to go to the bathroom. So, of course, I have to assist him to the bathroom. So we get to the bathroom, and I asked him, does he have to, do number one and number two? And, of course, he's confused. So, sometimes he'll tell you, like, what he has to do, and sometimes he doesn't. He just go on his own, you know, or whatever. So I kept asking him. He just kept saying he don't know, he don't know, he don't know. I said, well, if you have to, do number one, you just go ahead and you just stand over top of the toilet, and I would just tell him. And number two, you have to sit down, and take care of your business. So he was upset. He said, oh, I don't have to use anything. So we get to the living room. I assist him back to the living room to where his wife was at, because that's where he sits at all day, or he either lay down in his bed, which is in the living room. So I get to the living room. Well, he gets to the living room. I'm in the kitchen. And to my surprise, he tell his wife, get this N out of here. But the N was the ER at the end. So I asked her, I said, did he really just say what I thought he said? And she told him, hey, hey, hey. But no, she looked at the nurse first, because the nurse eyes were wide, like they was wide open. Like she couldn't even believe, like she actually heard that come out of his mouth. So she looked at the wife, and then that's when the wife decided to say something. She said, hey, 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 you don't say that, you don't say that. So she go ahead and she apologized to me. No. So I'm sitting there, contemplating. I'm upset already because, first of all, you're not going to disrespect me. It doesn't matter what type of condition you have or had. You shouldn't be talking like that. That's just that. So that means that was feelings you already had, or you was probably already racist to begin with. And you was just dealing with the help that you was getting, because nobody wants to work with him for 13 hours. He needs 24 hours, 24-hour care. So I was willing to work the 13. It didn't matter. And some other girl work. Well, she had an hour break, like an hour in between by the time the other girl come in, or maybe 2 hours. So all that took place, and I'm like, what? Like, So I'm already sitting there upset. I'm confused at the same time, because I'm like, dang, like, did he really just say that? Then she tells him that he has to apologize to me. Like, he said, his wife told him, you owe somebody an apology. But at this point, you can't even apologize about that. Like, no. So I went outside. Well, the nurse was leaving. And, she seen the look on my face. Like, I was puzzled. Like, I was, like, real messed up in the head. Because, like, damn, like, really? So she go ahead, and the nurse was like, you have a good day, whatever. I'll tell you as well. So as she was leaving, she waved. So I go to talk to my daughters, because I was so confused. I was like, should I even stay here? Should I go? At this point, I wanted to go, but I'm like, damn. Nobody not going to disrespect me, whether I'm Hispanic or not, but my kids are half black. And the guy I'm dealing with is black, you know, and I have a lot of, you know, African American friends. So you're not gonna go ahead and make it seem like it's okay you being white or anybody anyway, but you being white at this point and just think that it's okay for you to use the N word with the ER at the end. No. So I go ahead and call my daughters. I explain to them what happened. They's like, yeah, you need to get out of there. You need to leave. So I go back in. I tell the wife I have to go to the office. Well, no, after I hung up the phone with my daughters, I called the office. I called my job. And I told the girl, I said, listen, I have an emergency, but it's not, you know, as far as family wise, I just have to call you when I get in the car. The girl was like, okay, you know, just get your belongings, go in the car. I go back in the house. The wife looking at me like, you know, she's so confused because she must have known that I wasn't going to stay there. So she was like, you know, she has to run to the drugstore, run a couple errands. But at this point, you're going to have to find somebody to actually take care of your husband because I'm not taking care of him. So she go ahead and I said, listen, I have to go to the office. I have to sign some papers and I have to get it out of here. You know, I have to go. So she's like, why? I said, because I have to sign some papers. She knew I wasn't telling her the truth. But I mean, it was either that or I was going to get real disrespectful with her, which I said, you know what, it's not even worth it. So I called, I left. I took my bag with me, took my keys. I usually just leave my bag there if I'm going to make a quick run. But she knew once I grabbed my bag, like that's it, it was a done deal. So I'll go ahead and call the office. I'm making my statement or whatever. So when I tell the girl that he said, get this NER out of here. She's like, oh, are you kidding me? Like, she's like, no, that is unacceptable. She said, I don't give a shit. These are her words. I don't give a shit if he has dementia, Alzheimer's, whatever the case may be. No, those are ill feelings. That means you felt that way since day one. So it finally came out, and they try to make it as an excuse as to why his condition, why he said it. That's bullshit. Not the office, his wife. So we go ahead, we just talking on the phone, and she's like, no, that they're not dealing with that. No, that's disrespectful. And mind you, the girl I was talking to, she's also with you know, the African American man. So she said, there's no way in hell I'm gonna let anybody disrespect my husband or anything like that. I said, and I'm at that point too. Like, nobody, I don't give a shit. You use that, I'm out of there. So they go ahead. They call the daughter because the daughter's like more, you know, like she's the one dealing with her dad at this moment. So mind you, they didn't want to put him in a nursing home because, you know, his wife loves him, this, that, and the third. So they get in contact with the daughter. They're talking to the daughter. And the daughter is like, you know, that she apologizes. There's nothing in this world that you can say to me to go back. So they drop his case. They dropped his case because nobody wants to work for him. Number one, I mean, he has like a lot of wants and needs. Like, so when I first started working there, I said to them, I don't want to, you know, bathe anybody. I don't want to, you know, wipe anybody rear end, none of that. But, you know, the first time I did it, like, you know, for him, I didn't have, you know, I would think I had a weak stomach, but I didn't. So I said, okay, fine, you know, I just go ahead and deal with it. But he has too much stuff going on. But that level of disrespect, I will not tolerate. No. Not today, not tomorrow, not yesterday, not last year, nothing. So I'm like, no. So I went ahead. Well, she called me back after she spoke to the daughter. The daughter said, you know, she apologizes, whatever. That, you know, if we could talk basically, there's nothing to talk about. I left, I'm not coming back. That's it. So once I said no, that I wasn't coming back, they dropped his case. They closed his case because they don't have anyone to work for him. Nobody wants to work for him, especially not 13 hours. And you can't even break that down to 8 hours because, like, where they live, it's like a swamp area and like all these back roads. Like, And the way they was talking, you know, the weather get real bad on that side. Like when it rains, it snows. Like when it snows up there, it turns into ice quickly. So there's no way, unless you have a 4x4 or 4-wheel drive, then that's the only way you want to get out of there. But if you have just a regular car, you're stuck there for days with them. And again, that's their problem now, not mine. But guys, this, I don't know. And I'm at the point where I'm going to call tomorrow and I'm definitely going to put my 2 weeks in because I did it. And you know, somehow they still put me on the schedule, but I'm putting my 2 weeks in. I can't. I'd rather just go to another agency, even though it's not their fault that that happened. But they should have had me, you know, working somewhere else or kept me permanent where I was instead of just, you know, sending me anywhere else. But at this point, I'd rather just collect unemployment or just find another job at this, you know, right now. I'm not dealing with it. I'm not going back. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. But, yeah, guys, that's what's been happening. That's what happened. And it's like I don't even go back to work until Sunday. Like, you have all these openings. And then now, the reason why I'm actually, you know, considering putting my 2 weeks, because now they want to have me. I drive an hour to get to work every day. And you want me to drive an hour for a 4-hour shift. So I'm wasting 2 hours of my time for 4 hours. No. You're going to have to send me somewhere else because I'm not doing 4-hour shifts. There's no way. But guys, don't you ever let anybody mistreat you or think that they can call you out your name, your race, whatever. At this point, they can kiss my ass. That's where I'm at with it. But I just want to let you guys know what's going on in my life and the workplace. And, you know, I feel sorry for, you know, whoever decides to take on his case because they're going to go through hell. They're going to go through hell. There's a lot of stuff that, you know, I dealt with them. But because I needed the money and I needed to take care of my kids and the household and everything, I put up with it. They go ahead and they expect for you, mind you, I'm supposed to just be taking care of him. I was taking care of both of them. Both. She has a condition too, but I mean she's able to get around. But if I wash his clothes, she feels as though I have to wash her clothes. Dishes they would leave. I would do the dishes the night before I left. I make sure 8:30 I'm sweeping. I make sure the bathroom is clean before I leave. I make sure the dishes are done. So by 8:50, I sit down for 10 minutes and I clock out at 9 o'clock. But I come in the next morning, there's a pile of dishes. How if I just did them the night before? So I just think that his wife was abusing that, like just leaving her dishes around or whatever she fed him overnight. Like, damn, is it hard to grab a rag and some soap and just wash it? And there'll be crumbs all on the floor and on the countertops. And I'm like, damn. And then she's always like she has 3 dogs. So their dogs, like, they shit like crazy. But there's no excuse as to why you shouldn't sweep your house or use your vacuum or whatever. But you leave that on me. And then she told me her daughter told her to let me, wash the clothes and fold them. It's not to take care of you. It's to take care of your husband, not you. And then they would leave the bathroom like real disgusting. And I'm like, damn. I come in here, I clean it for you. And it's like a slap in the face because they don't care. Because they have someone, to come and clean it. And the night aide, she don't do nothing. She just go ahead and sit there while he's sleeping, she's sleeping. I don't get that. I don't have that. I don't have that opportunity to just go to sleep. I have to stay up. If I go to sleep at 2 in the morning, I have to get up at 6 6:30, be out the door by 7:15 to make it to their house by 8 o'clock. And I'll be up from 8 o'clock, well, from 6 to 6:30, but by the time I get there, I don't go to sleep. I'll be there 8 o'clock, and I leave at 9 o'clock, and I'm up. And I'll do that the next day until Friday for the rest of the week. But not anymore. I don't have to, deal with that, and that's a blessing as well. But I don't know how people could be so racist. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. I know you have a lot of cameras out here, but I never would have thought that they were that way. Because when I first met them, they accepted me with open arms and, and everything. Like, they treated me like family, but, that little one remark that did it all. That broke the camel's back. And it is what it is, but, it still bothers me because, damn, I done bust my ass and did everything for you guys, and then this is how you really feel. So I could just imagine how the wife feels. Like, what the hell? But I'm gonna leave it as is, and I don't know, whatever. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with any and everyone, and I'll see you in my next video, guys. Take care. Bye.